you get stuck. Ooh.
Okay, now we need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right. Just a different blend. You need the ladies. You need the booze.
You need some water.
For watering plants?
No. No. I don't know if guys have noticed this. Like a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, so you have. If you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Got to keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
yeah.
Rock with me, but just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning. No. Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
That just sounds disgusting. What are you doing?
Depends on the way you look at it.
Depends. Oh, people start getting gets kind of sexy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you sexy.
King son. Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
Okay, I know Jay is like, you know what, motherfucker? Don't start that goddamn high-ass shit. You don't pay attention to passing me the blunt. Pay attention to passing the blunt. Right, Jay? I didn't do my intro song this time. My hair look a mess because I've had these twists in since Aruba. Florida. So we went from West Palm. We did a super long vacation, okay? From West Palm to went from West Palm to Miami. From Miami to Aruba, okay? And in all of that, yeah, I had my hair braided. I had my hair twisted. So it's broken off, it's damaged. I'm sorry. How do I know that you're passing it? But anyway, my hair is broken. It's really broken. It's really fucked up. Is my hair fucked up? No. Yes, look at my shit. Anyway, yeah, I have my photo up here. I'm gonna put my hair back together. So this is part 2 to the Diddy cases, okay? The Diddy files, honey. All right, so this is part 2 to the Diddy cases, and I gathered a few things that, honestly, I dreaded doing this. I wanted to put this video out Friday. Video couldn't come out Friday because listen, it's like we're single parents here. Yes, we're single parents. Jay and I are single parents. Yes. I don't go for what nobody say. We are single parents. We need help here, okay? We have a child that multiplies to 3 when she gets in the house, okay? She gets here in the house, she multiplies to 3. And it's like, we're just like running around the house trying to keep them, got octopus arms. Right, Jay? You trying to be super mama. I'm not your. Right? So. Right. So that leaves me to have to get on late, and I don't really be wanting to. I really desire to get on early. Don't I get up early and be like, I'm finna get on, and don't get on, Jay? Huh? But do I wake up early and come in here and sit down like I'm gonna get on, and don't get on? Okay, Jay is watching a movie. When Jay is watching a movie. Okay, I'm sorry. So I don't know what happened. I was sleeping under a air conditioner in West Palm Beach. And then Miami, it was raining and the apartment was freezing cold. And then got to Aruba and was sleeping dead under a dirty ass fucking air. Anyway, make sure you check out our vlog. Our trip vlog is coming really soon. Been really occupied with this channel to the point where I haven't been able to edit and do what we need to do for that channel. So yeah, excuse me on that. That's something you can start doing on your new iPad. You can edit your edit some shit for me. But I was tripping last time you tried to, huh? I'll give you a edit. How about that? How about that? How about that? Anyway, I just wanted to come here about a few things. I really don't have nothing like I don't have anything like in the queue set up, ready to go. Everything that I have is old. I'm saying that I have already overlaid. I don't want to be here as long as I was Thursday night. Friday night is when you guys cut the video, but Thursday night is when I recorded it. Friday morning y'all got the video, but I don't want to be here as long as I was that night. I was here for a long ass time, but I do want to go over tonight. I just wanted to go over a couple of his a couple of Diddy's offenses over the years, a couple of lawsuits that he's gotten over the years, and what people have said about him over the years. So I did a lot of digging. And I found a bunch of lawsuits. Okay, I found a lot of legal issues Diddy has had over the years, and I was digging like hell all night, Thursday, Friday, today. It's now Sunday, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. Sunday, it says 12:13 a.m. And Sunday, 12:13 a.m. And I still have been looking. I have a tab open on my computer that is like 30 fucking tabs full of just looking Diddy up, and ChatGPT kind of, they have some accurate information and they fuck up sometimes, but that's when they don't know and there's nothing on the internet about it. So you have to go and look at the internet. Some of the lawsuits are against Combs Entertainment or Enterprises or Bad Boy, and not directly against him. So you have to search. The way you have to type in these keywords to find this shit, it's not easy, but you can find it. It's on the internet, a lot of the shit that I have. But I wanted to go over these lawsuits that he's gotten over the years, basically just to show a pattern of behavior that Diddy has. Now, Diddy, I love Diddy. Okay, I've always been a huge fan of Diddy. I've always followed everything Diddy did. Anytime Diddy was on an award show or anything like that, I'm always tuned in, paying attention. I watched I Want to Work for Diddy, Making the Band, all of that. Like anytime he was on MTV, any of that, I was always tuned in because I was interested in Diddy. I liked how he was like the Kirk Franklin of hip hop or of R&B. Didn't have stage talent, much of it, because Diddy can't rap hardly. But he was managing and controlling and over these people that were so very talented. So it's like I really admired that. I really like Diddy. It's crazy. I like Diddy. I like Bill Cosby. I love the Cosby Show. Okay, really did. Cause my mom she really liked that show. And R. Kelly. I fucking love R. Kelly. And these charges they all have similar charges. If not, at least one of their charges for all three of them match. So I know that R. Kelly and Diddy charges match big time, but I'm gonna save that. Excuse me, for the next part of this video. I don't want to have no damn no mold infection. Like I done breathe in some damn mold from this man's house. But you know what? It's okay, because I'm gonna go back to Aruba and I'm gonna sue this motherfucker. Sue this motherfucker. How about that? How about that? What did I say I was gonna go to? So I'm not gonna go to that yet. I'm not gonna go to that yet. I'm not gonna go to that yet. Okay, no, I'm not gonna go to that yet. Jay probably don't feel like waiting in here for this bullshit. Right, Jay? If you want to leave out, you're welcome to leave out. I'm so sorry. I know that it's like nerve-wracking. Jay's like, you've been in here all day long. All day. You're not trying to leave out. Like, what the fuck, yo? Let's see. I'm trying to add these the proper stories that I wanted to discuss. How I grew up without my father and every place before us. See, we already talked about Cassie. We talked about Kesha last week. Last week. Thursday. You mean false slides. A wild judge denies. Yeah, we talked about the judge denying him again his shit. Of course he did. Not gonna let your ass out, boy. Boy, he is not gonna let your ass out. Boy, Diddy got another thing coming. Got another thing coming. Been modeling all your life. Okay, I'm not just staring at y'all. I'm actually trying to go into my computer and do it real quick. Add something. Jay, I've been balling all my life. I didn't do that in the mic. I'll turn the mic and the camera off. Anyway, yeah, my glasses are probably like, bitch, them cheap. We can see the fucking smear in them hoes. Well, you know what? Fuck you, motherfucker. Anyway, yeah. So, I don't even know where to begin, okay? I don't even know where to begin. I guess where we can begin is his first lawsuit. And not his first lawsuit, because honestly, I don't have these in order of lawsuit, okay? I just know that all these lawsuits happen and they have such similar stories, okay? So one of the stories is 1996, Sean Diddy Combs was found guilty of criminal mischief for hitting this damn he hit in 1996 he hit New York Times, New York Post, New York Times, JB over here criticizing me like, bitch, hurry up and say what the fuck you gotta say for the people click off of it. We need the goddamn money. We need the goddamn money. Okay. Anyway. This is what it says. First of all, I found this article very kind of sort of racist. I'm like, is it something racist about this that I can't put my hand on? It's something really prejudiced about this article that I just can't put my hand on. It says this thug already has blood on his hand, and it's by Jack Newfield. Okay, so I went and looked up Jack Newfield. Jack Newfield doesn't have I don't know if he works with the New York Post, if he died, if he retired or what, but his last one was June 7, 2001 was his last article that he did with the New York Post. So I don't know if he got fired or what, but it talks about Diddy. And in it he mentions Diddy's criminal charges, paid $1,000 and all of this stuff. And it was published December 29th, 1999 at 5 a.m. So he was very mad. He could have wrote it yesterday, the day before, on December 18th, 17th or something, and just published it on the 19th. I mean, the 29th, and whatever. He was clearly pissed the fuck off when he wrote this article. This article sounds angry. I don't know who the fuck Jack Newfield is. Clearly an editor and publisher. But he says, the first time I heard the name Puffy Combs was exactly 8 years ago, December 29, 1991. All right. I made some calls, quickly found a co-promoter. So it was the morning 9 young people of color were crushed to death in a stampede at a rap event at City College the previous night. Okay. I think Diddy went to City College. All right. Supposedly Diddy and Heavy D, Sean Combs and Heavy D, was throwing a party. Sean Combs was 22 years old. He was the co-promoter, while Heavy D was another promoter. They oversold tickets. Okay. They oversold tickets. 9 people died. The place was packed. Okay. The place was packed with people. Which I guess caused a stampede happen and 9 people died in the stampede. I don't think anybody got in trouble for this. They named Puffy as one of those most, derelict in responsibility. Here. The report concluded Puffy spent a little time on preparations and delegated arrangements to younger people who had no experience. It said Puffy should have known to take proper precaution because he knew 1,500 tickets had been sold in advance. Okay. Since that night when 9 bodies were piled up on a college campus, Puffy has become famous, a mega celebrity. So he wasn't that famous when this happened. Okay, so he wasn't that famous. And then we'll talk about in April he needed 2 bodyguards, one an ex-convict with a record of violence to help him beat up and break the jaw of record company executive Steven Stout. All right. Puffy bought his way out of that trouble, paying the victim $500,000 in exchange for Stout asking the DA to drop the charges, which he did. They dropped the charges against him. In 1996, Puffy and his Posse. Y'all, okay, I'm sorry. Threatened New York Post photographer G.N. Miller. Puffy had a gun that night. He was fined $1,000 for the thuggery. Okay, for the thuggery. All right. posse. Him and his posse. Okay. Puffy pretends to be street to the hip hop generation. He exploits with hype as he travels around town in his fancy car and armed bodyguards with stolen guns. See that? With stolen guns. In 1999, this man wrote this article, and that is what is a part of the indictment today. His indictment states that his guns are stolen gun, black market guns. The serial numbers on them, the numbers on them are completely wiped clear. The man said. Yeah, so it's just crazy that he's still doing the same shit. But when you look at the police records, Puffy never has a fair fight with anyone. He always has a posse, a gang, a gun, a bodyguard to back him up. In April, he needed 2 bodyguards, to beat up Kevin Stout, whatever. It says, and now after being increasingly reckless and lawless the last few years, Puffy has been arrested for illegal possession of gun. 3 people were shot this week by Puffy's posse, with Puffy standing there. So I believe this is the time when the club shooting happened with Natanya Rubin. And he shot the girl in the face, and Shine went to jail for it. In court on Monday, the prosecutor said Puffy has a history of violence and asked for a $100,000 bail. Now they ain't asking for no bail. Maybe Puffy thinks he has to act like a thug because he is now so far removed from the real life of poverty and despair that rap music at its best describes and dramatizes. Okay, it said, if that is the case, then his thug life is a pathetic part of his commercial act. Like, this man was really mad if you read this. He is not a creator. He is not tough without a posse and goons with guns. He is not real. He is just a rich businessman with a PR machine. Earlier this year, Judge Louise Benza found that Puffy Combs and Heavy D bear half the responsibility for the 9 corpses at City College 8 years ago. The families of the dead have been trying to negotiate a settlement with Puffy. They have nothing but their grief. All right. So, but Puffy has been too busy giving parties for 2,000 close friends, going to clubs, and acting like a punk to meet his responsibilities to these real people. All right. I smoke too much. All right. Oh my God. I smoked too much. Let me turn the damn camera off because I'm trying to dodge this in it. Been balling all your life. All right, so speaking of this photographer, G.N. Miller. Okay, so that's G.N. Miller that he the photographer that he beat up, and he paid him $1,000. So I guess he threatened and beat up the guy, whatever. So Steven Stute, who he was talking about, got punched in the mouth and stuff. Combs was arrested and charged with 2 felonies, 2nd-degree assault and criminal mischief, in the beating of the record executive Steve Stout, who says Combs and the 2 bodyguards beat him with their fists. Okay, beat him with their fists. I mean, he beat the man up with their fists. Steve Stout. See what I had to type in order to find it? But there was, I don't think I found any PDF for Steve Stout situation, but I found several found several other shits. Defendant Combs, what is this? Let's see what this is. Okay, yeah, we'll talk about this lawsuit a little later. We're gonna talk about this lawsuit and what she was complaining about. We'll talk about that one. I already have that one written down, as you can see. This is Rodney. So, Andrea English and Rodney Jones both named Steve Stout in their lawsuit against him. They named it, but this is Steve Stout here. This is Steve Stout, and this is them meeting for the first time after their fist fight at the first Hip Hop Awards. So he paid Steve Stout off for this fight, beat that man ass, and yeah, nothing ever happened to him. Let's see. Yeah, I clearly just seen a different date in April 19th. Oh, okay. So yeah, Steve Stout is here and here. And here. Yeah. This is Steve Stout. Steve Stout, whatever his name is. So he's very well known in the industry. And he got into a fight with Diddy real bad. And says Puffy beats assault rap and bottle bash accident. Okay. This is 1999 by Laura Italiano. She's probably not there anymore. Her name isn't even highlighted, so you can click on it. But September 9th, 1999, 4 a.m. Millionaire Rap. They be publishing these shits at 5 a.m., 4 a.m. back in the 90s. Damn, what the fuck was that about? Millionaire Rap Impresario. So she's Italian. I guess that's why she spoke like that. Sean Puffy Combs got a slap on the wrist yesterday for his bloody April attack on rival record exec, drawing no more punishment than a mandatory day of anger management classes. Combs, 29, had faced up to 7 years jail for felony assault after allegedly bashing Steve Stout with a champagne bottle because Stout used unauthorized footage of Combs in a music video. But the two have since reconciled, leading Manhattan prosecutors to dismiss the assault charges and accept from Combs a guilty plea to harassment, a violation no more serious than whatever. Okay, so can't read this article verbatim. I can't do that. But payment from Combs to Stout. Okay. Trying to see what they settled for. All right, it doesn't say. It doesn't say what Stout settled for. Okay, well, I don't really know what he settled for, but let me see. Is it even sharing? Okay, it is sharing. All right. Let me move on. So speaking of that, and then we said Natanya Rubin versus Comb, okay? So Natanya is the one that was shot by Diddy. All right. tell you, Ruben has always said that this is who shot her. She's always said Diddy is the one who shot her. This is her. It's her in the hospital. Her now. I think this might have been the night of the shooting. I don't know. Or this. I'm not sure. I have to see what the fuck they have on in their mugshot. Okay, so this is Diddy's mugshot. And I know J-Lo was locked up that same night. And Shine, his ass was locked up. Shine was fine. Yeah, Shine. I was trying to see. Of course they don't have J-Lo mugshot. Oh yeah, here she is. It's her talking to the news. So luckily she survived that shit. That's the crazy part. She survived it. Not crazy, but that's like a miracle that she survived it. J-Lo was knocked up that night. Yeah. So this is what J-Lo looked like that night. She was high. She was high as hell. Tattoo, yeah. He said, you remember that little secret room y'all was in? You know he said that? You remember that little secret room y'all was in? Who said that? Let's see if you was paying attention. Suge Knight last night. Damn. When I played the shit, he said the crazy part about it is, remember that little room y'all was in? Never forget about that little room y'all was in. So whatever the room is probably the fucking Illuminati. No? I'm tripping. What is the Illuminati called that he said he in? Boule. Fule. Like foo-foo.
Everybody been talking about the Puffy situation. First, I'd like to pray for his family. His daughters and his sons, his kids, basically. That's never a good sign for nobody to cheer about when it comes to kids or young men being handcuffed. It's a bad day for hip-hop, for the culture, for black people. Because when one looks bad, we all look bad. Because that's definitely not nothing to cheer about. But I tell you what, Puffy, your life is in danger. Because you know the secrets, who's involved in that little secret room you guys participating in. So, they're gonna get you if they can. It's a little crazy how Puffy get booted out the alcohol business and Jimmy Iovine steps in with Andre and Snoopy. promoting it. It's never a good look when it comes to culture of hip hop and for our community, our people. I turn myself in. Sometimes you gotta face the music. That's most of the time. Perfect. I'm gonna give you some real advice. 2 quick things. You gotta make a decision. When you go to prison, either you're gonna be standing up pissing or squatting, sitting down pissing. I advise you to try to take the first one, because you know if you're squatting, pissing on the seat, you know what that means. Oh yeah, by the way, do not do your time going by Brother Love. Brother Love is not a good code name for prison. I'm out.
man's wounds. When you hear, the victim saying that it was Diddy that shot her, that is what is the most remarkable. Oh, you didn't see that?
I saw it.
Okay. And that was triggered by a lawsuit from a producer that produced on the Love album, who is making accusations, and in those accusations he says that the gentleman confessed to the shooting. And that is what stands out to me the most, because I've done my best to put it behind me and to move forward. But it certainly reopens the wounds that I've been saying this all along. Everyone knew all along that I was the fall guy. But my political enemies and, detractors tried to make me into, this criminal. But everyone knew that I was a young kid that took the fall. Everyone knew that. That was the story. I'm just saying that I maintained my innocence all this time. I said I was defending myself. I didn't get into who did what. But the victim is telling you who did what. And I understand that there are other witnesses.
Is she accurate, sir?
I'm not going to get into that. But it does open wounds. And certainly I am relieved that people are saying what the truth is, that, I did not shoot those people. I maintain that I never shoot nobody, that there were other guns there. I always said that. That has not changed. And that is the testimony that came out. Fragments were never removed, so there was never any forensic testing to say who it was. But the victims are vindicating me. Witnesses are vindicating me. But I have moved on. I'm not trying to relive that. And so I am appreciative of whatever contributions Diddy has made to help the people of Belize. I wish him well. I pray for him, and I pray for the alleged victims. And if it is true, may justice be served. If it is not, it's a tragedy, because a global icon would have been destroyed.
Alright, so I'm trying to find next video. And it is a video where
When I was a 18-year-old kid, just wanting to do nothing other than make my mother proud and make Belize proud, and do what all of us want to do, be recognized for our talent and take over the world. I was defending him, and he turned around and called witnesses to testify against me, and he contributed. He pretty much sent me to prison. So that is the context by which you must always describe that relationship. Yes, I forgave, I moved on, but let us not pretend as if I was in Miami for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Well, I saw
and
you
that
spent a birthday with him once.
I
saw a birthday
I
cake.
went again to do a charity event for impoverished youth in London. So let us not lose sight of what the cold hard facts are. This was not someone who I vacationed with and who he and I enjoyed this great intimate relationship of brotherhood. This is someone who destroyed my life and who I forgave and who I moved on, and for the better interest of Belize, because he was in a position at that time to give scholarships and to maybe invest. I would not deny attempting to bring the investment to Belize and to bring the contributions to education to Belize, but don't distort it as if, you know, he and I were bombali. This is someone that destroyed my life, but do I take any joy or any satisfaction with what he is going through? Absolutely not. I am different than maybe other people. No one needs to fail for me to succeed. No one needs to suffer for me.
In your at the height of your professional relationship, or thereafter through the reconciliation, when he was an instrumental part of promoting you through Revolt Media, were you aware of these freak-off events, and were you aware of them? Did you have any participation in them?
Oh my goodness, Jules Vasquez. Jules Vasquez.
Were you aware of them?
Jules Vasquez.
Were you aware of the freak-offs?
So I had nothing to do with Sean Combs' personal life, no interaction. That level, everything was strictly on a professional level.
Not they know about the free calls in Belize. So we ain't been to Belize, but my mama been to Belize. Oh, we're gonna have to get to Belize. We done sent my mama to Belize. But yeah, Shine maintains that he is innocent. He didn't do that shit. And that'll be crazy if they end up hitting Diddy with that shit while he's in there. Hit him with the okie doke on that shit while he in there. And that'll fuck him up. Now we ain't trying to fuck him up. Let me not say that. That's not what we trying to do. We're really not trying to fuck him up. We're not. Let me see. So yeah, that was Netanya. So Netanya ended up getting her little bit of money out of him. And then you have Roger Mills in okay, well first let's go to Kirk Burroughs. Now everybody probably know about Kirk Burroughs' story. I'm probably the one that's late about, you know, Kirk Burroughs. But Kirk Burroughs' story I think has always been out there. Let me see. This shit acting real stupid right now. Hold up. I have to stop this sharing. Okay. You guys probably already seen The Art of Dialogue with Kirk Burroughs. Kirk Burroughs was on there. He is one of the guys who sued Diddy as well. He says Diddy beat him up and basically beat him up and tried to force him out of his contract, basically. So this guy helped Diddy build Bad Boys, come up with Bad Boys. He was there from the scratch, from when it was like a little bitty baby. And Diddy basically, if you guys haven't seen, which a lot of you probably already have seen, I wouldn't be surprised if you've already seen it. He basically came in this guy's office with a bat and beat the man up for the 25% that this man owned in Bad Boys. Rightfully so, because he helped beat it. So this is it here. Plaintiff Kirk Burroughs alleges he is the victim of an extortion and racketeering scheme perpetuated by rapper Sean Combs. This was filed March 12, 2004 in the Southern District of New York. Okay. I don't know who's suing who this indictment is with, the Southern or the Eastern District of New York. I think it's the Southern. So they have already been receiving stuff about Diddy in the same vein as what he has been indicted for. Kirk Burrows, a longtime friend of Diddy, basically, was beat up to give up 25% ownership ownership interest in Bad Boy in 1993, along with the what concomitant promise that he would receive a corresponding portion of Bad Boy's profits, but that in 1996 he was forced to involuntarily relinquish his interest in writing when Messrs. Combs and Measlus threatened him with a baseball bat. Right? They forced him to give up his 25%. They felt he was trying to tell the judge basically this is racketeer influence and corrupt organizations, is what he was saying. And I think the judge ends up dismissing Kirk Burrows shit. If I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Jay. So did Kirk Burrows ever get any money or no? Oh, they dismissed his case? Oh, poor baby. Not they dismissed it. My Lord. Ain't good with Freddie Jean. Hey, you want some of Freddie Jean food? Okay. So this is Burrow. Let's go get another Burrow. This is Kirk Burrows. This man that you see on the screen is Kirk Burrows. All right. Oh no, you guys can't see it. It's too small. Oh no. There's no way for me to zoom in. Okay, don't worry about it. Anyway, yeah, so he was threatened with a bat, forced to give it up. But that's basically what I'm saying. Like, look at this. This man is claiming everything that Diddy is being sued for right now. First, the Rico claims are barred by the statute of limitation. So they dismissed his claim all the way around the board. Even when he tried to go to the appellate court, I believe, they as well. So 2004 he filed, 2006 he went to the appeals court, and the appeals court still denied him his money. And so he has talked about that in the Art of Dialogue. If you want to see that, go check out the Art of Dialogue, where he discusses his whole lawsuit and his whole big ordeal with Diddy. It's just so coincidental and crazy that the same thing Diddy is being indicted for. This man in 2004, who was very close to Diddy. Look how he looks now. Diddy would probably look like this if he didn't have money. Like Jay always say, money can do a lot of things, and money can make you look good too. So what did Jay-Z say? What's a billionaire? How a billionaire ugly? What'd he say? No such thing as an ugly billionaire. So Kirk Burrows started this shit with Diddy. He started Bad Boys with Diddy. Imagine how he would look if he had money as well as Diddy. But because Diddy has money, and Kirk doesn't, and he looks like this. That's all it is. Diddy would probably look like a bomb too if it wasn't for all of this. I'll be sure they found over 1,000 bottles of oil. He on here being messy. You lost. Think baby oil and it's sir, by the way. Dude, quit the subliminals. If you not gonna take action, meanwhile your son's still supporting that man. Why? You should be offended that he called you a homie. Okay? I'm offended that he called him a homie. Okay? I'm offended that he called him a homie. You lost. Think baby oil and it's sir, by the way. I don't know what the fuck I'll be sure talking about. Junior believes you. He just have to protect his siblings and kept his enemy close to watch him. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, this is I'll be sure. Yeah, he was recently in the hospital and got well, got better. He's been saying for a long time that Diddy had something to do with Kim Porter's death. Somebody told him that he needs to convince his son to exhume his mother's body. And I'll be sure like the comment. All right. Who is this, Jay?
That's Burrows.
Really? Mm-hmm. Get that man his fucking money with your slick ass. Oh, Diddy gonna get everything coming to him, y'all. I'm telling you. People feeling bad for him. Nah, everything you done gave to everybody, it's gonna come back to you. It's gonna come back to everything he
when
did
you
to
hear,
somebody.
The victim saying that it was Diddy that shot her. That is what is the most remarkable. Oh, you didn't see that?
I saw it.
Okay. And that was triggered by a lawsuit from a producer that produced on the Love album, who is making accusations, and in those accusations he says that the gentleman confessed to the shooting. And that is what stands out to me the most, because I've done my best to put it behind me and to move forward. But it certainly reopens the wounds that I've been saying this all along. Everyone knew all along that I was the fall guy. But my political enemies and, detractors tried to make me.
Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to move on from that and go ahead. See what I'm saying? I ain't got my shit together. What am I supposed to be doing next? So we talked about Belize. And we talked about that was whose lawsuit was that? That was Kirk Burrows. So you guys just go on the Art of Dialogue and look that up. He ended up not getting anything. Now, at the end of the day, on the Art of Dialogue, he might have said he got something out of it. But based off what the court documents say, I think that they dismissed his case. And I think he said Diddy has just tried to avoid him. For this many years, Diddy has been avoiding him. Now, from the picture, Jay, I just popped up here, shows seem like he's still talking to Diddy, because if he got this picture, then he must have got kicked out after this date or something. I don't know. But that was wrong. Diddy gonna get everything coming to him. See how this man look now? Teeth probably fucked up. And look at Diddy teeth. Can't even help the man get a pair of damn teeth, Diddy. Everything gonna come back to Diddy ass. I'm telling you, everything he done did gonna come back to his ass. Y'all see what I put in my trailer, in the preview in the beginning. I put the little in the intro. I put the shit down. Put the shit on. I put the interview with Diddy saying what's required at one of his parties. Yeah, that's a Diddy party. That's what he's requiring. But you know what? I feel like I would have had fun at Diddy party because I would have been like no. But I don't know. Maybe he would have beat my ass if I would have said no. Say no one get punched in the mouth. I don't know. I really do not know. But when I think about it, it'd be like, damn, maybe I would have had a good time at one of Diddy. You think so, Jay? Think we would have had a good time at one of Diddy parties? I mean, for us.
We would have had a good old time, bitch.
For us.
Trans girls gonna post on Facebook. She said, bitch, I would have had a ball, bitch. Me too, girl. Do it in the butt. Do it.
Really? Really? So, yeah, let's move on to the next lawsuit. I don't know if I have anything else. So, where should I go to next? Roger Mills. So, Roger Mills is a guy that sued alleging assault, false imprisonment, and destruction of property. So, I don't know why we surprised he beat up Cassie like that, because in this nigga history, he got a lot of assaults, threatening, a lot of violence is in his record, honestly, when you look it up. But Roger Mills in 2001 sued him for assault, false imprisonment, and destruction of property. Okay. The case went, okay, let me not even say what happened at the end of the day, what ended up happening at the end of the day. There go his butt buddy, Usher. Detroit area man sues Puffy. A syndicated television show host has sued rap mogul Sean Puffy Combs, his record label, and members of the musician's entourage over an alleged attack after a 1999 interview. Roger Mills, okay, a syndicated television show host has sued rap mogul Sean Puffy Combs. Excuse me. So I think Roger Mills lawsuit filed Thursday in Wayne County, Michigan Circuit Court seeks unspecified damages from Combs. Mills of Harper Woods, Michigan alleges assault. As we have yet to be served with this complaint, we are unable to comment. However, any claims participate any wrongdoers However, any claim that Mr. Combs participated in any wrongdoing is totally false. How the fuck y'all gonna make a statement like that? Like, what is it called? Vague or whatever. Not vague, but like a blunt. I don't know what the word is, but like, it's like, what? Without y'all knowing, come the fuck on. You know y'all some lawyers. Mills' attorney, Hugh Davis, said Combs approached his client in August and offered to do an interview for a cable television program. Mills hosted during the interview, which took place after an appearance Combs made. Mills asked the rap star to comment on allegations that contributed to the 1997 death of Notorious B.I.G. Combs took immediate and extreme umbrage. Combs terminated the interview. Davis said a representative of Combs, who also is named in the suit, asked whether she could buy the videotape of the interview. Mills refused, his attorney said, and as he prepared to leave in his vehicles, members of Combs' entourage approached him. He was prevented from leaving, and they demanded the tape be turned over. Burned. What am I saying? He declined, and they physically took it from him and apparently destroyed the camera. Mills' neck was twisted. His shoulders were injured in the attack. Detroit police investigated but made no arrest. There was an incident, but we could not identify the perpetrators. We readily admit that there was an incident. There was an extended period of time when they were trying to communicate with Combs' people in New York and resolve the matter without a lawsuit. So, Damn. A jury on March 16th acquitted Combs and his bodyguard, Anthony Jones, of gun possession and bribery charges from December 27, shooting inside a club with 3 people. Oh, okay. Davis said Combs' trial in New York also delayed the filing. Okay. So I wonder if he got anything. I don't know if this man even got anything. Did he get anything? Roger Mills? Oh, you ain't do that story? Let me see. Was Roger Mills paid? Let's see. Did Roger Mills get his money? Let's see. Oh, man. Mills filed a lawsuit video interview that mentioned his involvement in the unsolved murder of Biggie. Mills filed a lawsuit for assault, false imprisonment, and property damage, but after a trial in 2004, a jury ruled in favor of Combs, clearing him of all charges. Damn, that just keep happening on his behalf. Like, he just slip through the cracks every time and get out of shit every fucking time. Like, every time Diddy is in trouble, he ends up out of it. Whether he tells them, I'm going to pay you, drop the case, or the jury is just on his side. Anyway, yeah, so that was Roger Mills, who he, treated any kind of way and left his interview because he brought up Biggie, his involvement with Biggie. Okay, so the next one I have here is Vasquez versus Combs. All right, so Vasquez versus Combs was filed in 2004, where this lady says she was. This guy, Damian Vasquez, says he was falsely arrested and held against his will by New York City Police Detective Gloria Frazier, allegedly acting at the direction of defendant Sean Combs and his company Bad Boy Entertainment, with whom plaintiff claims he had a previous employment relationship. Vasquez sued Frazier and the city for violating his federal civil rights, and Combs and Bad Boys for conspiracy to do so, also bringing a number of state law claims against both the government and private defendants. Combs and Bad Boy now move to dismiss the claims against them for failure to state a claim on which relief can be granted and for lack of subject matter jurisdiction. For the reasons that follow, the motion will be granted. So, I assume he got out of that one too. Let me see. What's the name of that? Vasquez. What happened in the Vasquez case? Do you know? Wow. Okay. So it says there's no report of a settlement, but many of his cases end up being settled outside of court. So this is Damian Vasquez. I guess Diddy accused him of stealing a Grammy, or he accused. Right, and he ended up going to them, telling them who he knew stole it. Right, and they ended up arresting him because Diddy snuck around and was like, he coming to tell me who he thinks stole it when I think his ass stole it. And so they end up arresting him, and he's saying he never even stole it. But wasn't it a way to get him fired or out the company? Is what he felt like, I think. Okay. They were questioning him about the Grammy and all that. His dumb ass did the wrong thing, calling him, talking about he know who stole it. If you guys want to read this case, you have to read this case on on your shit, on your own, and read this case. So yeah, this is the case. So we talked about Kirk Burroughs. Make sure you guys go Google that. And this is Vasquez case. Damian Vasquez. So he ended up not getting anything either. I don't know how. They granted him his motion. And this man was saying the same thing the rest of these lawsuits basically say. They were beat up. They were hit. You know. Emmerich v. Combs. Emmerich versus Combs. That's, let's see. Did you do the Emmerich versus Combs? Ronald Statish Emmerich of Sarasota, Florida, filed the instant complaint asserting federal question jurisdiction pursuant and diversity of citizenship jurisdiction pursuant. I don't know what all of that means. He asserts that the defendant, Sean Combs, has become a public nuisance following a lawsuit. Okay, so this is the guy who is basically trying to get Diddy to take down his billboards. Right? Right. He was trying to sue anybody for some money. And then they ended up forcing him, saying that he could no longer file lawsuits because he was filing so many frivolous lawsuits where they ended up having to tell him that they're going to end up putting him on a no more filing registry, right? But yeah, so this was rinse that little small pan out because I need to warm mine up when I get done. I really do. That little small pan, that little tiny one. Please, because I need to warm mine up. But yeah, so that is Emmerich. That is Emmerich. He was just filing frivolously though. He's a smart guy. He's a very smart man. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's filing lawsuits. He was saying basically with Cassie filing her lawsuit, he felt like anything that Diddy was, any billboards he was on was a public nuisance. But the courts ended up not giving him his money. He filed a lawsuit against Sir Rock and every damn body, right? He ended up filing a lawsuit against Sir Rock and everybody. Where is that video? I know you sent me a video. Or did you send me a picture of him? Huh? I thought so. I could have sworn you sent me a video. And I'm not finding it anywhere. Ain't no telling. Ain't no telling. No telling. Ain't no telling. This is him.
Yes, how are you? My name is Ronald Emmerich, and I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to listen to me. I am a presidential candidate with my baseball cap and everything. I'm an average Joe. I think that if I were president, and if you make me your president, the great thing about me is that I would surround myself with very intelligent people that I've worked with, from law professors to law school students that I attended law school with, who are now brilliant attorneys. I would surround myself with brilliant attorneys. I would make
That's what I'm saying. He's
the
smart
Attorney
as hell.
General my dean of the law
signing.
school, Dean Alfredo Garcia.
He keeps doing
an extremely
lawsuits after
intelligent,
lawsuits
brilliant
after
man
lawsuits.
who has written books about the Sixth Amendment and so forth. He would be my Attorney General. My Secretary of State would be Professor Ediberto Roman. And I don't think that any of these cabinet members or potential cabinet members would have any problem passing congressional approval or Senate approval, because Alfredo Garcia is a brilliant man, and a lot of the law school's classmates are brilliant. I would make Justice Barrington Parker
This man is
second,
smart.
number 2 Supreme Court Justice, if there was an opening during my term, which there is for every president except Carter. If there was an opening for Supreme Court, I would make Justice Barrington Parker the second black Supreme Court Justice. I'm very familiar with him, and he's actually a Republican. He's a Republican black man. I'm a Democrat. That is basically where I stand. I would surround myself with brilliant people, so you can count on me, with my baseball cap and all, to be your president. And by the way, this baseball cap says Dominican Republic. I've been there, and if you haven't been, you should go there. And I will normalize relations with U.S. and Cuba, and I will be known for that.
Yeah, so that's what he said. And another, I think he's very smart. Like he said, he will surround himself with lawyers and shit. I think that's what he does now. But he has been barred from filing any more lawsuits, because he just continues to file frivolous lawsuits. But he had something going there with his lawsuit, and what he was saying was making some sense. It really was. He's extremely smart. He was saying that it was torturous interference with business relations by continuing to enable a sexual predator to conduct business in places of public accommodation. He further asserts that the defendants have committed the product's liability tort of design defect by allowing Combs to present Ciroc vodka and Sean John clothing. Plaintiff argues that as a consumer of music and someone who sees annoying billboards on the highway, he has standing to bring this action. Plaintiff seeks $45 million in damages. This man was crazy over some billboards. Needless to say, he damn sure lost that. Okay, so Damian Vasquez, Ronald Emmerich Statish did not get anything. He shouldn't be surprised. And then you have hold on. Yo. And then you have yo. Oh, what they doing? Then you have Sean Diddy Combs allegedly threatened to see magazine editor dead. Okay, so Vibe magazine lady says that the rapper Sean Combs, he was accused of having violent behavior, claiming he threatened to see her dead in the trunk of a car over a 1997 editorial dispute. So you guys can read this while I basically tell you what happened. She didn't want to allow him to see. Yo. She didn't want to. Did you eat your food? Did you eat? You ate? Oh, okay. She didn't want to allow him. What? What? No. No, I don't. She didn't allow him to see his his magazine cover ahead of the magazine cover going out. And it's against their policies to let any artist or anyone see the cover before the cover comes out. So he threatened to see her dead in a trunk. She said, it broke my brain. I forgot the worst part of it. For 27 years, still, she is one of the ones that still went out and hugged him. Still had, and her claim was settled outside of court. He ended up settling with her outside of court. But this is after that incident. After that incident, they've been seen showing each other love, and she claims that it was just for photo ops. Here he is kissing her cheek. Threatened her life over a cover dispute, would see her dead in the trunk of a car. I don't know how serious he was when he said it. I'm just saying. And this is the cover. So the cover ends up being this. This is what he was worried about. This cover here. Let's save this image. And that's beautiful. Not they got face sit on a box. Anyway, yeah, so Danielle Smith endured same thing. Everybody taking threats from this man and shit. I'm just showing y'all, like, don't listen. Everything is gonna come back to you. This shit is coming back to Diddy, and it's hitting him in the ass real hard. And I know he woke up in that jail. If he even went to sleep, he might not have gone to sleep. Let me see. She took him seriously because folks have been murked. Somebody posted on Lipstick Alley a story that this lady said, and they were saying that Diddy walked over to the table and dumped out all of Cassie's stuff. Oh, Kim Porter. Smith says she witnessed an unsettling moment between Combs and his late partner Kim Porter when Combs interrupted Porter while she had cocktails with friends, dumping out the contents of her purse all over the table and demanding her to go home. So that was Kim Porter. And like I said, Danielle Smith says over the years, Smith said she interacted professionally with Combs while catching glimpses and hearing whispers about his alleged abusive behavior. She recalled early rumors that Combs had physically attacked a woman at Bad Boy's offices. Bad Boy's co-founding partner and former president Kirk Burroughs and another ex-employee previously told Rolling Stone that they also once saw Combs attack a woman inside Bad Boy's office in 1994, having to tear Combs off the woman after hearing screams and the sound of shattering glass. So, damn, that's sad. And then got a federal indictment. Damn, Diddy fucking up. Oh, I ain't even show y'all the damn shit. Damn. Yeah, this is the article here. It's right at the bottom of that. Screenshot. Hurry up if you want to read that. All right, and I'm showing these photos here. This is the Danielle lady. This is Danielle. So she has smiled and giggled and kikied and shit. Even after that time, she's had some time with Diddy. She says it was nothing too serious. All right, so here's Kim Porter. Damn, Kim. He was dating Kim for a long time. So he got with Kim right after J-Lo or something? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So this turned out to be the cover right here. This ended up being the cover. And yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to hurry the fuck up. So that's Danielle Smith. And then you have, so I said Natalia, I said Steve Stout, I said G.N. Miller, I said Roger Miller, Vasquez, Emmerich, Burroughs, Danielle Smith. And then I have Cedric Bobby Lemon. All right. Cedric Bobby Lemon. What happened in the Cedric Bobby Lemon case?
What was it? So, just tell me something.
It says that it was an appeal. The appeal arises from entry a default judgment against defendant awarding plaintiff Cedric Bobby Lemon $450,000 in compensatory
$450,000 because
and $2 million in punitive.
And yeah, but they threw out the $2 million in punitive damages.
So they threw out the $2 million in punitive damages. Why?
Because
Diddy reversed it. He asked for the courts to reverse it. The way he trying to do this $100 million thing.
right,
He didn't show up to court.
He had grounds to say that they didn't fulfill what needed to be fulfilled in order for him to get.
Right. They didn't serve him properly. But the Bobby Lemon guy is saying he threw it at his feet.
Right.
He sure did.
Him, the police officer, the deputy threw it at his feet.
So the deputy threw it at his feet at a club.
No, outside.
Outside. Throwing the copies of the summons and complaint at Combs' feet and stating, "You are served," after Combs tried to avoid service. Combs, however, refuted that he was never served, submitted affidavits of 11 individuals stating that no one attempted to serve him at the Coliseum on that date. This is what Rodney Jones' lawyer said in his letter to the judge, that this is years of games with the Bad Boys attorneys. These are the games that they play. That's exactly what he said. And it is. It seems like they do. It's the same pattern over and over and over again. Same pattern. By order dated February 6, 2003, the trial court upheld the compensatory damage award but set aside the punitive damage award to allow Combs the opportunity to contest Lemon's claim for punitive damages. Both parties appeal. Both parties acknowledge their appeals are interlocutory, but contend that based upon this court's decision in Clark versus Penland, a substantial right is affected. We need not decide whether this appeal affects a substantial right because we reach the merits of this appeal by granting the petitions of both parties to allow certiorari review of the issues on appeal. This dispositive issue on appeal is whether the default judgment entered by the trial court should be set aside because Lemon failed to comply with NC Gen Stat whatever. We answer yes. But if defendant fails to appear in the action, the court shall, before entering a judgment against such defendant, require proof of service. So he got the $450,000 and didn't get nothing else.
Right.
And so what happened with him? His complaint states that he what? Huh?
That he what? What do you mean?
What happened with him? What was his complaint?
He was trying to appeal the fact that they took away his $2 million.
No, okay, that they took away his $2 million. But what was his initial complaint? The facts indicate that the following: a concert given by singer Mary J. Blige on June 25th, 1995 at Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. You guys can Google this incident if you want to. 2 of her bodyguards beat and severely injured Mr. Bobby Lemon. Thereafter, Lemon brought 3 actions arising from that incident. The third of which, so if you go look at Kirk Burrows' interview, you see what Kirk Burrows said. Him and Diddy started Bad Boys. They created it from the ground. They created Bad Boys with a simple idea that they wanted a record label together. And their first artist was Mary J. Blige, and I forgot who else. He named like 2 more people. But Mary J. Blige was signed to Uptown, which Uptown was, I believe, financing or giving the money that needed to be gave to Bad Boy. So that they had, you know, they were managing and taking care of Mary J. I guess to show Uptown what they can do. I don't know what that was about. But that's crazy. I wouldn't be surprised. So he was basically trying to say Diddy had something to do with Mary's guys jumping him, basically. Huh? He was trying to say Diddy had something to do with Mary's guys jumping him. Diddy hired these guys, allegedly, to jump this Mr. Lemon guy. Lemon alleged that
to jump him, but he hired the security. They ended up jumping him for whatever reason, and he sued Diddy because that's who hired him.
So Combs neither appeared to the complaint obtained. Mm. 17 pages. Latanya Blige. As to the subject matter, my sister Latanya Blige DaCosta and my attorney Ernest Booker are more familiar with the facts demanded by the plaintiff concerning the other defendant and the incident, and could as my surrogates. Thus, Blige's certification indicates she did not have personal knowledge regarding the hiring of Torin or Odaris Bennett, and that her sister Latanya and her attorney Ernest Booker were the individual more familiar with the facts of this case, as Blige limited her certification and verification of her interrogatory responses to the subject matter of which she had personal knowledge. The trial court could not rely upon responses 3 and 4 as grounds for personal jurisdiction. Okay. I have reviewed the answers to the interrogations submitted on my behalf in this action. I certify as to the facts to which I have personal knowledge and contained therein. I verify them to be true. The statements set forth in my answers to questions number 5, 6, 8, and 13 indicate my personal knowledge concerning Steve Lucas management, the restrictions on the plaintiff, Cedric Bobby Lemon. I cannot do the investigative work for the plaintiff to assist his case in determining the whereabouts of Steve Lucas. Mary J. Blige responded, I'm the personal assistant to moreover DaCosta in her affidavit submitted in other litigation arising out of this. I am the personal assistant to the defendant Mary J. Blige and held that position in June 1995. I have personal knowledge of the facts herein. The hiring of the 2 bodyguards was under the control of Stephen Lucas, then agent or his company. Stephen Lucas was responsible for many of the details, day-to-day running of Mary J. Blige's tour of 1995, but up to and including the hiring and firing of the bodyguards. Mary J. Blige herself had no personal knowledge of these bodyguards prior to their employment. So Steve Lucas is who had knowledge. Let's see, who is Steve Lucas? He hired him. Ain't no Steve Lucas. I don't see no picture of no Steve Lucas. Nope, don't see a picture of a Steve Lucas. Anyway. Every step oh yeah, they sued him for that. Oh yeah, what about Lori Harvey? What was going on with Lori Harvey? Remember he was dating Lori Harvey for a while? Remember that? Every step I take. Anyway, yeah, so this man has a pattern of doing the same type of shit, even down to not showing up to court cases. I guess doing whatever you want to do. He felt like he didn't have to show up to this court case, and so many of them he don't show up to. He have you just come on out, settle it, give you some little money, and you shut your damn mouth. For some reason, when I was going through all of them, and I see that he settles a lot of his cases outside of court, it's given. And then I heard somebody say that Russell, his bodyguard, did an interview and said Russell Simmons and Andre Harrell is the one who created this monster. It's given that somebody taught Diddy that when he can settle outside of court and have that in the media, it makes him look bigger and stronger. Like, do you want to be the boss? You know what I'm saying? Well, you got to pay the cost to be the boss. You know, so when you have these lawsuits, don't go to court like you a broke bitch. Pay that shit. Pay that shit. Settle outside of court. Do what you can to get that shit shut down, because then you look more and more like a boss. You look more and more like you running shit. Because how the fuck is he getting off on all this shit? How the fuck is he able to get away with this and get away with that? Because money talks, bullshit walk. All Diddy doing is paying everybody every time, or threatening them. He's either paying them or he's threatening them to force them to shut up and drop their lawsuits. And that's what they're doing. That's why Cassie feels so comfortable coming out after he's locked up. Probably, maybe. You know, it was like whole time she been locked up in the house, and all of a sudden he goes to jail and she's out and about in New York City 2 days ago. She was out and about in New York City. So anyway, yeah. They gave him a default judgment. They gave him the $450,000. So he walked away with $450,000. Huh?
Yes.
All right. So I have Cindy Rueda. Cindy Rueda. What happened with Cindy Rueda? Cindy Rueda was you guys have to go see these lawsuits for yourself. Type in the name, and the point is finding the name in the first place. I did so much research, Jesus Christ. I would have to try to just explain to you guys how I did this. I would love someone to do a YouTube video so I can watch your YouTube video of you doing this. Tag me in it. Maybe bring me on your show and we could talk about it together. I'm very stage fright, okay? So that's why I pre-record these videos and put them out. So excuse me if I freeze up when I get on your shit, but somebody should go through all of these and just, whoever has time, because I don't have the time, go through this shit and just read all of these shits and do a YouTube video about all of these shits and how much they really are alike, and they went under the radar. They were not as big as they should have been. But now I think he's going to pay for everything. She charged him with 14 things: sexual harassment, quid pro quo sexual harassment, hostile work environment, failure to prevent harassment and retaliation, violation of whistleblower protection, labor code, wrongful discharge, violation of public policy, retaliation, defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligent infliction of emotional distress, failure to pay overtime wages, knowing and intentional failure to comply with itemized employee wage statement provisions, failure to pay wages upon termination, and violations of business and professions code. Demand for jury trial. This is Diddy's chef. Right, Jay? Could you give me some information about Rueda and Combs? Was this the chef?
Yes.
Okay. Huh? Okay. I don't have notes from that.
Yes, you do. You had notes on everything.
Rueda? Let's see. Ruida.
Open them on your phone in the Notes app.
Oh. Right here. Okay. Okay. So she was paid $150 daily for being a chef, and then for being a full-time chef with no vacation time, for working over 12 hours daily at times for 15 hours, $150 daily. First of all, let me take y'all, make sure y'all are able to see this lawsuit that I'm looking at. Let's go back to the top so y'all can read from the top. But I'm not finna go through all of this. This is her complaint. She says that they were putting their penis on her. They were coming to the kitchen naked. Various sexual advances, which she says she declined. She was constantly approached with various sexual. She has witnessed many freak-offs, as Diddy would say, and fed them afterwards. And similarities in this case and the Vasquez case is that he also said Diddy falsely accused him of stealing his Grammy in order to wrongfully arrest him after firing him from Bad Boy. It seems that Diddy may be using the justice system to extort people who he wants to sever ties with in his business life so that he can later use this in any legal matter necessary. Baby, what the fuck are you trying to do? Kill something? Did you kill it? Is my damn laptop broken? I mean my God, that didn't hit nothing in. It's the iPad damn broken.
No, something is going on with this. Why is it feeling like it's going to lean back in?
That shit is heavy. It is. It's extremely heavy, and it has to be on flat ground. It shouldn't be on that carpet. The camera isn't on, so you're not seeing right now. What fell all back there? Did you get it?
No, oh my God.
It's by me?
It's a big ass fucking spider. And if it was running over the body, that's why I was getting up so fast. Because it was going right by your feet.
They always do that. Those fuck. Did you just get it?
Yes.
So it wasn't dead?
No, it wasn't.
Wow. Those are, what do you call those?
It ran right there, like up under your feet. That you just had your foot on top of a shoe. It just ran right up under.
And I put my foot on top of the shoes just so they don't get on me, because those things, ew, what are those called?
No. That was a spider. That was a spider.
Oh, that wasn't one of those swordfish things. Are you sure?
I'm sure that was a spider.
Oh my God, I hate those swordfish things. What do you call those?
Them damn house centipedes.
Yes. So yeah, she was suing for a lot of shit. Did she name any famous people in her lawsuit?
Who?
This lady.
Not in specific, but she did say that one of his famous house guests came with his dick swinging and nut dripping.
Mm-mm.
Did she like his thing? Or did she like his pee-pee?
She can't tell me she wasn't liking that shit sometime. Them coming over there slanging that thing in his face and shit. In their face. This was filed in Los Angeles against him. And she just saying that she was wrongfully terminated and she need her money, especially after she had to endure slanging dicks, pussy, and everything everywhere, all over the place in the house. She says, because she was a woman plaintiff subject to unwanted harassment, including verbal harassment, obscene language, exposure of offensive situations or objects, unwanted sexual advances. Oh Lord, Lord. Mm. Hmm. The harassing conduct was severe and pervasive. Plaintiff was subject to unwanted harassing. Conduct was a substantial factor in causing plaintiff's harm. Defendants failed to take all reasonable steps to prevent the harassment. Defendants were the employees of the plaintiff. Retaliation. How did he retaliate on her? Diddy. She filed a retaliation too.
Because he accused her of stealing and then tried to get her locked up like he did the other boy.
Oh, he accused her of stealing too?
Yes. He did.
Defamation. Oh yeah, statements about plaintiff stealing to persons other than plaintiff. Oh yeah, he did. So did she get any money?
At the end of that, I don't think that.
The blunt in my hand. After that, what?
I don't think she got
Oh really? Oh wow, really? Wow. The lawsuit was eventually settled in 2019, but the settlement terms were not disclosed. Although a judge initially rejected the case due to a mandatory arbitration clause in her contract, the lawsuit was eventually settled in 2019. Damn. So it says that the settlement terms were never disclosed. So it was a settlement, but the terms of the settlement was not disclosed. So arbitration, what's mandatory arbitration clause?
Arbitrarily means to just do something just because. So for her to sue him, I guess she had to file arbitration clause, but she was not.
Right.
And she was in no position to sue him for any reason.
Ryuta claim alleged that she was forced to work long hours without proper overtime pay. Huh?
I said your civil rights protect you from things like that. So even if that's in a contract that it says you gotta kill yourself if you don't pay me my $5,000, like it's too.
Oh hell no, nigga, you got me fucked up. Yeah, Mr. Emmer has been sanctioned by the Western District of Texas, which determined that he abuses the formal process and calls the federal district courts with meritless litigations. Right. Told y'all they kept Emmerich from being able to file anymore. Excuse me. Once again. So yeah, they got that, and who else do I have? Raven Walden, the nanny that sued Diddy. You didn't write no notes down about Raven Walden, the nanny?
No, I didn't like that.
So what happened with Raven Walden?
She did the same thing. She dropped her lawsuit she asked her for her lawsuit to be dismissed with prejudice. And
So she asked for hers to be dismissed with prejudice.
And settled out with Diddy outside of court.
And she ended up changing. This is what Jane Roe is what she had initially as her name. That's Jane. Jane Roe is what they have all over the internet, though. That's Jane Doe, right? She eventually ended up revealing her name in her amended version of her complaint against Diddy, and she was what, the babysitter?
Yeah, the nanny.
The nanny, and was basically put off her job because she got pregnant.
Well, that's what she said. She got put off her job because she was pregnant, and she thought that she was sitting bad and single, unmarried and pregnant. So she felt like he thought, or I guess
She felt like from things that he said,
she was a bad influence on his daughters.
So did he do things to get her removed from her position? You guys can read this. In LA, they don't really reveal much of what. So he just fired her. And did she receive any money from this case?
She settled out outside of court.
Okay.
She didn't get no money from this.
Okay. So let's see. Did Raven Walden receive anything? It says Raven Walden, a former nanny of Sean Diddy Combs, filed a wrongful termination lawsuit in 2022 claiming she was fired due to being pregnant out of wedlock, which she alleged set a bad example for Diddy's daughters. She had been employed as a nanny following the death of Kim Porter, the mother of Combs' twin daughters. However, the lawsuit was dismissed with prejudice in April 2024, meaning that it could not be refiled. The details about whether a private settlement was reached remain undisclosed. Combs had previously denied all allegations, stating that the termination was based on job issues rather than discrimination. So he's saying he was not discriminating on the fact that she was big pregnant. But she's saying, yeah, the fuck right. Anyway, I just wanted to show that there's a pattern of behavior with this guy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jay? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? On part 3, okay, tomorrow we are going to get more into the other lawsuits that Diddy got. Like Cassie lawsuit and Rodney Jones lawsuit, the sexual harassment lawsuits. But these were some small little shits that I wanted to show. But even though they're small lawsuits, there were lawsuits that were settled pretty quickly. Doesn't take away from the fact that this man has the same behavior every time, and just all around the board. Like I said, even down to not showing up to court for cases, as if he can just do that. And it's like, whatever. Anyway, this guy right here, he shot up the Trump Tower or the Trump Hotel one time. And then eventually, when he got caught or was pulled inside or whatever, he ends up telling this long story about Diddy. He's an ex-porn star, ex-sex worker. And this was in 2018. People chopped it up to like, whatever, this man is crazy, who the fuck is he? Now it's going viral. The New York Post has confirmed that he was a porn star, sex worker, and they haven't confirmed that his story is true, but they confirmed that he was a porn star. And he claimed,
which they good buddies, okay? They're gay. Who? Both Diddy and Ross. And Khaled, they're all gay. Okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They're all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay?
Who supporter?
Hamas.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worries.
Hamas supporter. Okay?
Right.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever he calls himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean basically he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business, because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a sex slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all right? I caught herpes, and I came back and I sued him for the herpes and won.
He caught
But
herpes.
Mark Erebos and Ben Mercedes were his attorneys, okay? And Christopher Leon's here was my attorney. They asked me to turn in that, which was the video recording, and I did so. They gave it back to me accidentally, and it's possible, I threw everything out, it's possible I can produce a copy.
Gotcha.
It's possible, I'm not sure.
Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I was like a sex slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all right? I caught herpes, and I came back and I sued him for the herpes and won. But Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay. Okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They're all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
I seen the liquid cocaine, I've drank it myself. Having sex with Diddy and Cassie. Okay? It's not good. He drinks it all the time. Alright? He calls it G-Jit. That's liquid cocaine.
Alright.
I've settled $4.125 million with Diddy. I've settled $4.125 million with Diddy. Okay, but he's scared that I was going to expose him.
I don't want to talk about Diddy right now. I want to talk about you. Help me understand you. I mean, who?
This man shot up the Trump Hotel. So he ended up back here.
Looks like an exchange of gunfire right out of a Hollywood action movie.
Police say on Friday he opened fire inside President Donald Trump's luxury hotel.
Sir, I'm ordering that you stay away from the Trump National Doral Hotel.
Police say that's where Odie stole an American flag from, and that he went into the lobby yelling anti-Trump remarks before shooting the ceiling and chandeliers. Police say he then got into a gun battle with responding officers.
The gun battle goes on for nearly a minute before Odie decides to make a run for it. Another camera capturing him still firing shots, even tripping on the marble floor. Odie was shot in the legs as he ran away and was arrested after running up a stairwell.
The accused gunman, Jonathan Oddie, faced a judge for the first time Monday.
Mr. Oddie, you were arrested for 5 counts of attempted second-degree murder of a law enforcement officer.
Okay, so yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what I wanted to put on here. I don't know what else. I was looking for another video. Is there like another video? Oh yeah. Let me give you guys this video. So yeah, this guy's saying all of this. We don't know how true it is. There may be some truth to it though. If that's the case, we sure ain't heard nothing from Khaled or Rick Ross. Somebody come out and say this shit ain't true, Khaled or Rick Ross. Is it true or is it ain't true? Because neither one of them ain't see it shit. They ain't see it shit. Either one of them. Okay. So, the video of Diddy being taken into custody is here. So, this is Diddy walking in with his entourage and Christian. His entourage and Christian. Yeah. Homeland Security walks in front of him. They already knew he was there. See? Homeland Security, 2 white guys. If you look behind Diddy's crew coming into the door are more Homeland Security officers. These 3 white guys coming in behind the crew are Homeland Security officers. These 3 white men coming through the crew, they're clearly, there they are right there. Same guys, clearly right there. The other guy went to go get the car. They're going to all meet downstairs and take him out to the car. It's over with. Door opens. 4 agents here. They're gonna go 5. They're gonna go put him in the car. That is so unfortunate. Look how the bellman is looking. He looking like, hold on, that's Mr. Combs. You guys are taking out Mr. Combs. Yeah, Mr. Combs is leaving. He's leaving the building. And so, like I said, in Dawn Richards' situation, is her name Dawn Richards, right? In Dawn Richards' situation, it just feels like she was like, you know what? Everybody getting paid. Let me go on and go get my cointages because everybody getting paid. And like I said, she filed her lawsuit, and she probably only filed it because she like, listen, if y'all gonna get paid, I'm finna get paid. Check where you at. I seen it. I seen him hit her upside the head.
Thank you so much. I wanted to ask you, can't wait to see 3 a.m.
Yes.
The controversy.
Yeah.
How can we get a tape of this?
Oh, I'm going to send it to you. I will email it to you.
Email me the whole thing.
Yes,
I love
yes,
it. I love that you're constantly crushing the glass ceiling, or crushing the black ceiling.
Yes.
You're one of the first. One of the first.
And I'm blessed to be in this industry.
Yes, and you're
I
blessed.
just try to blend it with my own.
This is NLE Chopper and his girlfriend. But this is Diddy. Dragged this woman by her hood, kicked her in the butt. And she was so young when she got with him. Anyway, just wanted to show the pattern of behavior that this man has. And everybody in his crew is saying the same thing.
You know, this criminal, but everyone knew that I was a young kid that took the fall. Everyone knew that. That was the story. I'm just saying that I maintained my innocence all this time. I said I was defending myself. I didn't get into who did what. But the victim is telling you who did what. And I understand that there are other witnesses.
Is she accurate, sir?
I'm not going to get into that. But it does open wounds.
Everybody been talking about the Puffy situation. First, I'd like to pray for his family, his daughters and his sons, his kids, basically. That's never a good sign for nobody to cheer about when it comes to kids or young men being handcuffed. It's a bad day for hip-hop, for the culture.
Culture. You hear and may know what I hear, which is people aren't coming out because they either suspected this about him or they don't want to have any connection to him. And then I guess there's another group who's worried they're going to get pulled in, which is one of the suggestions from prosecutors.
Here's what Ray J had to say.
When you were with him, you had to have heard the kinds of things that other people heard about what Diddy could be about on the dark side and excesses of his. What did you make of what you heard, and what did you ever see for yourself that gave you an opinion about what he was about?
Well, for myself, and I think a lot of other people in this industry, I mean, it's all a shock because, we've never seen the stuff that's being said and the stuff that people are finding out. Like, I've never been in rooms that people are talking about, and I never knew they existed. And a lot of people in the industry can agree with me on that sense. Like, you all wanted to go and have a good time at a Diddy party, you know, and you wanted to be inspired. You wanted to go out and have a good time. And then you wanted to go the next day to work, and you wanted to work hard in this good vibe, you know. And so to see where we are now, I just think everybody is still trying to digest it and still trying to understand it. And even though, you know, there's still allegations and it's not anything that's
just
factual yet, but it's hurtful, and it's confusing to a lot of people. I mean, we all grew up, you know, listening to Puff and Bad Boy, and they represented success and resilience, but it comes with responsibility. And when people fall, right now we just need to use it as a moment to reflect, not to criticize, but find a better way to move forward as leaders, individuals, in this culture that we're in right now.
Yeah, I remember R. Kelly's song, I Admit. Diddy got to drop him one, baby. What an astronaut. Diddy got to drop him at I Admit. Do you think Diddy, comment below if anybody cares to. Comment and tell me if you think Diddy is going to make some music. I mean, Young Thug still featuring on shit. R. Kelly not. I don't know. They done dried up all his money. That might be what happened to Diddy. They might sue this man so bad he might run out of money. Think he'll run out of money? Being a billionaire? Ask Siri what's his net worth still. Let me see if ChatGPT know. Here. Here. I heard you. Diddy's net worth as of September 2024, Sean Diddy Combs' net worth is estimated to be around $400 to $600 million. This represents a significant drop from his peak wealth of over $1 billion in previous years. Several factors have contributed to this decline, including ongoing legal battles and numerous lawsuits related to sexual assault allegations. These controversies have led to the dissolution of key business relationships, such as his partnership with Diageo, which had been highly profitable through ventures with Ciroc Vodka. Combs' legal costs, settlements, and loss of business deals have impacted his fortune, with some reports indicating that he may need to pay upwards of $100 million in damages due to legal judgments. Additionally, he has sold off major assets, including his stakes in companies like Revolt and various luxury properties. This man money went from $1 billion to between 400 and 600 million. That's gotta hurt. More than half of your money is gone. Do you hear me? His shit dropped to, so his net worth was based off of money he didn't have immediately.
Assets is what your net worth is.
Not liquid.
Liquid is an asset. It's what liquid assets is money.
Oh, okay.
And then liquid assets can also be considered like equity in a home, because you can sell the equity in your home to a bank immediately. They'll give you a loan. Jewelry, things you can take, anything you take to a pawn shop, that's liquid assets too.
Okay.
You can take to a pawn shop, it's a liquid asset.
Thank you. You gonna ignore that? You don't have to pull it to your mouth.
Anything you can sell is liquid assets, honey. Not immediately, not a home. That's a physical asset. A car is a physical asset.
Why Kelly's not even on? Mic on. You want a sure mic. Is that what it is? Or is that not what it is? You just don't. What is this? Why is your phone over here? Okay, so I guess he lost his net worth, so he didn't have that money in his pocket. Okay, didn't know that. All right, so I don't bit more believe. Ray J ass. I'm sorry. We are shocked. The industry is shocked. We didn't know this, just like you guys didn't know this. Yeah, fucking right, Ray J.
Okay.
You done been to one of these parties.
We need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right. Just different
Plurals.
blend. You need
Blends.
the ladies. You need the booze.
You need some water.
For watering plants?
No.
What?
No, I don't know if guys have noticed this. Like, a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, so you have, if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
yeah.
rock with me. But just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
That just sounds disgusting. What are you talking?
Depends on the way you look at it.
Sorry.
People start getting gets kind of sexy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you sexy.
All right. This is NBA YoungBoy. We made this video. I already said that. Of NBA YoungBoy in a hotel hallway fighting with his girlfriend. And let's not forget, NBA YoungBoy is in jail right now. I believe on Rico charges. If not Rico charges, they are some type of charges. Let me see. NBA YoungBoy charges. Somebody probably already know. NBA YoungBoy charges. Kentrell Gaulden has faced a series of legal issues in recent years. In September 2024, he was sentenced to 27 months in prison after pleading guilty to illegally possessing firearm. This case originated where several others were detained. Plea deal faces unrelated charges, including accusations of running a prescription. Okay, however, NBA YoungBoy also faces unrelated charges in Utah, including accusations of running a prescription drug fraud ring. These charges, which were brought up in April 2024, involve identity fraud, obtaining prescriptions under false pretenses, and forgery. So, yeah. Let me see. I just wanted you guys to see how many years does R. Kelly have to spend in prison? How many years does R. Kelly have to spend in prison? Let's see. R. Kelly, he has a total of 31 years from 2 major federal cases. So, he has 31 years. Diddy is facing $40 years. So Cobes has up to 40 years. although he won't get that. So if R. Kelly had 2 federal major cases, and his included minors and peeing on them and just recording these minors, everything, then even tampering with evidence and all of that, R. Kelly got 31 years. He has to sit in there for 31 years. Then they might let him out on parole or something in 10 years, 15 years. After he does 10, 15 years, they might let him out. Maybe not. Diddy definitely gonna be in there, but I don't think Diddy gonna get as many years as him, because Diddy doesn't have, first of all, 2 major federal cases. He has 1 major federal case with 3 charges. As serious, I guess you would say, sub charges under those main charges. Yeah, sub charges, I guess you would say. Don't know how they word that in the court world, but Diddy faces up to 40 years, and I'm sure R. Kelly faced up to 60, 80 years, and he's doing 31. So Diddy will probably do like 10, 15 years. They'll probably sentence him to like 20 years, maybe 15. They'll probably ask for a really small amount of time. I don't know what Jalea Baxil got. How do you say her name? Just... Can I have some, please? Okay, so she was sentenced to 20 years in prison, and she was located at the same jail as Diddy and went to the same court, if I'm not mistaken. And she was sentenced to 20 years in prison. So that's what I'm saying. And she had minors included. So Diddy will probably get like 20 years, probably 10 or 15. I'm not trying to minimize it, but I'm just saying, if she got 20 for minors and all of that, and R. Kelly got 31, Diddy doesn't have minors in his indictment. They didn't name minors, but in a lawsuit that Rodney Jones has, he did name minors, and I'm going to talk about that on my next video. I'll talk about Rodney Jones, but I don't think I have any more videos that I wanted to play tonight. I don't think so. Not tonight. I don't have any more videos, but I wanted to show a pattern of how this man does in all these lawsuits. As you can see, they're all the same. But I'm going to end with 2 videos, but my last video I want y'all to see that I haven't played already is this one here.
The craziest thing about Diddy being locked up right now, facing mandatory minimums, the possibility of life in federal prison. Go read the transcript from the bond hearing and listen to what the defense says they believe is the start of the feds looking into P. Diddy. The defense says, my read of it, many months ago, a woman approaches Diddy and says, hey, this is through lawyers, we're going to be releasing a tell-all book about this woman's experience with Diddy over all the years, and it's going to make you look like a monster. And if you don't want that book to get out there, you can buy the exclusive rights to it for $30 million. Catch and kill this book. Diddy's team says no. Woman comes back with a lawyer. We're going to file a civil lawsuit against you because it's not just stuff that makes for good print. These are civil claims that we can bring and we can win millions of dollars. Diddy's team says, okay, bring the lawsuit. They bring the lawsuit, and within like hours, it's settled for, surprise, surprise, $30 million. After those things happened, a line of people came with stories to get their check too. Hey, if she got 30 mil, what can I get off this guy? I was there, I saw this, I heard that. And that then led to a federal investigation. See, people think, oh, somebody's out to get him. He pissed off the wrong person. It's the alcohol company that, nah. You guys got to understand that there's prosecutors out there who want big, sexy cases. They don't fall out of the sky every day. The chance to go after somebody like P. Diddy and put him away for life is like the greatest case you could ever find if you're a prosecutor. And so when a public filing gets released and you read it and you go, wait a second, that law firm is mad thorough. Wait a second, he settled it for 30 million. Wait a second. If all of this is true, then I could probably get some subpoenas. I could probably collect some evidence. I could probably build a case. They start doing it. They raid. A couple months later, they indict. It is very possible that had P. Diddy immediately caught and killed the story by paying the $30 million that he paid eventually anyway, that story never gets public. Nobody ever comes forward, and nobody in the federal government ever bothers to look for the baby oil.
Black people, because when one look bad, we all look bad. Everybody been talking about the Puffy situation. First, I'd like to pray for his family, his daughters and his sons, you know, his kids basically. That's never a good sign for nobody to cheer about when it comes to kids or young men being handcuffed. It's a bad day for hip hop, for the culture, for black people. Because when one look bad, we all look bad. Because that's definitely not nothing to cheer about. But I tell you what, Puffy, your life is in danger. Because you know the secrets, who's involved in that little secret room you guys participating in. So, you know they're gonna get you if they can. It's a little crazy how Puffy get booted out the alcohol business and Jimmy Iovine steps in with Andre and Snoopy promoting it. It's never a good look when it comes to the culture of hip hop and for our community, our people. I turn myself in. Sometimes you gotta face the music. That's most of the time. Puffy, I'm gonna give you some real advice. 2 quick things. You gotta make a decision. When you go to prison, either you're gonna be standing up pissing or squatting, sitting down pissing. I advise you to try to take the first one, because you know if you're squatting, pissing on the seat, you know what that means. Oh yeah, by the way, do not do your time going by Brother Love. Brother Love is not a good code name for prison. I'm out.
It's gonna have to happen. I'm interested to see which peers are mad at me because it may interfere with their work. But, yeah. You get a grown-ass man that knows that you're heterosexual and you're sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room because he says it's safe. Because I know I'm bad, so I'm after a big party. Won't say what type, won't say where. I'm asleep. I'm gone because I'm 4-5 Hennessy's deep and not short Hennessy's either. And this dude tries to climb into bed with you. So you spaz out, push him out, like what the fuck? Get ready to leave. He apologizes, blame it on the alcohol. And you try to forgive him. So you're like, alright, man. Alright, I'm gone. You shake his hand on the way out, and he tries to grab your penis. He tries to shake and grab your equipment. you spaz even more. I'm like, what the fuck you doing, man? What the fuck? Oh, my bad. So you go to leave, he tries to do it again. Now, at that point, my only regret is not bringing multiple bones in this person's face.
This is the baby old song. Watch me put it on splash. Watch me put it on splash. Splash. This is the baby old song. Watch me put it on. Watch me put it on. Yeah. Baby old.
No Diddy. That's not what I was talking about, Sean, when I wrote the baby old song.